this day our daily drinks and forgiveness our debtors and those who culture vulture against the culture. In God's name we pray.
The culture legends. They're so hard to done for the black community.
Guys, 100 episodes. We did it. At times I didn't think we were going to do it, but hey, we're here, damn it. Thank you guys for listening. Welcome to another episode of the For the Culture podcast, soccer podcast for us, by us. Still talking about the intersection of black culture and soccer. Got the team here with it. Got Coach Tony. Got TK on the ones and twos. Got Mayor Kane. We had to bring the homie on the team. Guys who've been holding us down pretty much damn near since day one. Yogi from Riverside 93. Bam. We're here. We're good.
Correct to 100 episodes, y'all did it.
What's good with you guys like that? We have made it from the smoke detector and Maestro to the red room. To the
dude. Skype episode. That's all I gotta say.
Right now, I've been feeling somewhat foreign in the background right now.
Just know that
quarantine. Did it survive quarantine?
I think it did.
Let's know that the bad internet in Chicago, the Miami Derby, the Memphis trip. I mean, we have done a whole lot.
Ball in formation, Mayor. Ball in formation.
So we gonna do this like that comedy jam. Just let it go. All right,
But yeah, man, we are so glad to finally made it. Thank you guys for being on with us. Thank you everybody at home, on your cars, in your office, in the bed.
You know, people riding their Pelotons listen to us, man.
Probably. I want a Peloton. I'm gonna put it on my Amazon wish list for Christmas.
Started the OnlyFans. Started the OnlyFans. Hey, bro, that's my 22.
Come on, man. Why can't we start with at least Apple Health and be a little sensible? You know, Peloton's cost like 17.
God,
I think it's like you could buy like an Affinity with that money, man. That's a monthly payment. You gotta subscribe. Don't be a subscriber. Just well, I guess you can't really avoid it. Apple Health is too.
You know, we got homegirls that have an OnlyFans page, and you know the hustle's real. You know, like they be out there getting their dollars, getting like, hey, tip me for this video. I'm like,
I'm about to do that for soccer coverage.
I know, right?
I'm going to put that shit on OnlyFans. So I got to get back to that thing.
Start paying taxes.
Watch this Henri video.
What happened for the culture calendar? I thought we were gonna do a for the culture calendar. I was gonna be like,
I got a camera coming in for Christmas, man. Like it'd be on CP time, but we can get you a 2021 calendar.
There's still time.
You'll be ready for 2022 though. Y'all got to do one photo. Look, I don't care where. Y'all got to do one in the dope house. Somewhere. Someone got to be cooking some crack. Something. I get like about 15 photos.
We might be able to work that out.
Listen. Because this is our, like I said, 100 episode. This is our year-end episode. We are done for the year. Like we'll go into all that later. But because personally, I missed being at the Trap House. The Trap House was the fucking vibe. Like, well, we were all together, able to just
one mic.
Like I said, we have come such a long way. Like I see 1, 2, 3. I used to on your laptop, Mike, Tony. I'm like, we have come such a long way, and because we posted our best of supporters episode last week, and I did put up a clip of us back at MLS Cup, and I haven't listened to that shit in so long, and I was like, we really were out there with just one mic. Really. And the butt-ass cold with just one mic, yelling and screaming. And I'm like, oh, my God.
Cold as shit out there, too.
Bro.
I ain't gonna lie, I was vibing to the music in the background. I didn't care what y'all said. I just heard Jesus.
I need the soundtrack. What's that soundtrack y'all got, man?
Right. I was like, oh, okay. I heard Rico say something, man. I mean, the Jesus song.
Hey, keep rolling that shit.
And shout out to Ringo. We tried to get him on this week, but he got slammed up with work. I said we're thinking about you, bruh. We thank you for everything you've done for the show and everything. Hopefully, we can get you back on next year and everything. But yeah, like I said, because everybody was celebrating the shit from last week, and I was like, that day was just so damn cold. And I was like, because especially me and Rashad, like we went from the Gulch to all the way over to the Yellow Lot where the Timber supporters were, in the damn rain, in that damn cold. And I was like, bro, like,
mind you, we did it twice.
Yeah. Like, we were crazy as shit. But yeah, man. Listen, thank you guys for listening on your favorite podcast apps: Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, Podbean, iHeartRadio, No Heart Radio, all of them. We on there. Make sure you check us out on the YouTube channel, FTC UTD. Of course, we got our boy Yogi from River City 93. Make sure you check his show out. Make sure you check out his other show, Can I Kick It? We're going to talk about that a little bit later on in the episode. But yeah, man, it's listen, we're really kicking it tonight. Like we're gonna see where this episode goes. Because yeah, like I said, we're done for a minute. Like we're gonna make this shit count. So of course we had speaking of last, we had MLS Cup on Saturday. Columbus Crew versus Seattle Sounders. Surprisingly, Columbus smacked that ass hard. 3-0.
I don't think hard was adequate work. They dominated all facets of that game, man.
And that was without Neby.
Hey, I swore when I saw like who was out, I was like, oh, Seattle got this in the bag. This about to be like 2-1. Seattle gonna score early. Columbus gonna score on some fluke shit, and then Seattle just gonna dominate. And then I just so happened to be like, oh, I'm gonna watch this game, and then Columbus is like, what a rough shot! Like, what is this?
And even Coach watched the game. Like, what were your thoughts, man?
You know, it was interesting because he said that I think there was like nothing else to watch that night on TV. And so I was like, you know,
the Christmas movies aren't on yet, so you know.
It didn't come out yet, and so I was like, all right, I think I even tweeted. I was like, all right, I guess I'll watch it another time. But it was. I mean, as far as the crew, shouts out to them. Like it's crazy looking at the story arc of them and how just a minute ago we were talking about Save the Crew. Here we are. Celebrating.
Yeah. Like we were starting the podcast right when all that started to jump off. So to see that from there to basically, be on the verge of relocating to being champs 2 years later, that's incredible.
That's the team that was going to replace you coming in the following year.
That's the best. Excuse my language. I don't know if we're on Disney Plus or anything like that, but
soon.
We're going to start off with the Lord's Prayer.
Come on, man.
That you can get. I mean, that is the definition of fuck you. Because you wanted to move this team, say we have no hope, but here we are. We winning championships. That's I'm all for that. I'm all about that. And so my hat goes off to, Columbus Crew, and they did it without Nagby. And Nagby was such a linchpin for us. He was a linchpin for Columbus. And even for them to, they took care of their chances. I mean, they literally capitalized. And it's funny to watch that game compared to the game you watched tonight with Atlanta United and, Club America, which we're not going to get into that right now. But, they literally capitalized their moments and had some great goals, great build-ups. You know, the way they were taking advantage of space, the way they were getting into the lines, the way they, you know, it just was a great way to finish the season for them. And so, Columbus Crew, y'all put y'all's hard hats on like y'all supposed to do, and y'all put that work in.
Yeah, like the man in the match was Lucas Zillarayan, and I'm like, where has this dude been hiding? I'm like he just straight down. He had 2 goals in the match. I forgot who was the third guy the second guy who
Come on, Ray.
Anthony.
Yeah. Anthony Jr. Yeah.
Born and raised in Richmond. Just gonna put that out there.
That's what's up. Okay.
But yeah, man, like they really put. Yeah, he is from Richmond. Wow, I did not know that. Like, that's wild.
Something new every day, man.
But yeah, man.
Do we need a counter for this?
No, like you know, North. That's how the world that happened. That's just anybody who knows Northside Richmond knows that they're hood, and it's all about basketball. All about basketball. So yeah, that's a rare one right there. But yeah, what was it, Chicken?
So it's a good game, man. A good final. And they're also missing Pedro Santos. Pedro.
But yeah, like that, like I give a lot of credit to Caleb Porter because obviously for those who have forgotten, he coached at Portland, so he is very familiar with the Seattle system and what they've done up there. It's been very successful, but you basically run into the one guy who probably knows your shit better than anybody else that's not in Seattle, and he definitely brought the right plan and basically just popped them in the mouth big time.
Yeah, I can't wait for this 30 for 30 for them to come out, man.
We're gonna do a 30 for 30 for this whole season, for this whole year, because this basically wraps up the 2020 year here for the in U.S. pro soccer between.
Excuse me.
What's up?
30 for 30. For what? Why? Is this like?
No, I'm talking about Columbus. I need the Columbus story. 30 for 30.
Yeah.
Look, we don't. All right, think about it. We already don't have enough MLS documentaries, but the only one we got is the LAFC one. You know, why I saved the crew 30 for 30.
I'll give you that they go from trying that they were basically about to be exploded, all that, and now they went. Okay, I mean that's a great character arc. It's a great character arc.
It's a great story because this is the last game at Matt Free Stadium, aka Columbus Crew Stadium. This was the first MLS soccer specific stadium to open up in 1989.
I remember Brian McBride opening that stadium, man. Brian McBride was like the end all be all on that team.
Or I used to call it the erector set because basically it looked like straight up like a glorified high school stadium. Like I said, it carried the generation, whether it be for the crew, whether it be for the U.S. national team, basically having that being like our unofficial home for that's the start. West where it goes 0. Got started at between the USA and Mexico. Like, it's a lot of memories in that one stadium. They're moving to a new stadium in the city and everything. But yeah, like it's very. Like I said, that actually makes it for a very good 30 for 30 because you basically have
very that's strong.
Yeah,
that's a good 30 for 30.
Time out 30 for 30. Let's look at the 30 for 30 list and the pantheon of 30 for 30s. You're saying that's in like the top 5 of 30 for 30.
So okay, no. It's a very good one. Like, there's no other story MLS can tell that was that only
that the MLS could tell.
Right, that's the key point here. Let's not run away with it.
Propaganda.
Yeah. But
that's the thing. I don't know, man. Euro snob right here, man. Just let you know.
I don't know. See, in this 30 for 30, I don't know if you tell it from the point of MLS. I think if you get it from, that's some light skin shit. I love a whole bunch of things.
Hey, man, you better not be late.
You were in the club they were praying over.
Just because your name is on the marquee.
Not be late for rehearsal. That's all I'm going to say.
Your name is on the marquee does not mean that you can just do whatever you want.
Do not be late for rehearsal. That's all I got to say.
They taking shots with between sets and stuff. We out there sweating.
We out here in the field, and you up there in the house.
Ooh, this team is fine. Hey, get back to work.
But no, I think that like just the way that this particular chapter of the crew for MLS, it's nice. And part of me wants to say that it's rigged, but I ain't even gonna go there. But it's definitely a feel good story for the league in a year that.
You think it's rigged from MLS and telling the story?
I think that for the year that MLS and all sports have had, I think just the feel good sentiment of the team on the verge of relocation.
Doesn't that contradict itself though? For the MLS to do that?
I don't think MLS makes a story. I think you get like you know how they made like someone else made it.
No, it couldn't be MLS because remember they were all ready to co-sign on it, and then they got too much backlash, and they realized, this is about to be a bad look.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like the MLS wasn't about Columbus being staying there. So that's what I'm saying. Like it's more of the story of us against the man.
If they did a real story, like I said, absolutely.
It's the story of us against the man. So that's where, like, I think the 30 for 30 in the position of it, how it should be, is the Columbus crew literally putting their hard hats on, and we're making Columbus great again, and we're going to take ourselves up.
I hated that.
Lost a whole election in 2 seconds.
Two elections. I put it all together. It's a hybrid, right? Yeah!
He's from Vermont, thank you.
Oh, I'll never forget that, man. That man lost a whole election. Just all for getting excited and pumping his fist.
Yeah, that's really good. And yet we had to stick the last 4 years with 45's dumbass, but we'll get to that.
And then we're going to go to the MLS Cup final. And then we're going
to go Oh, man. That's about right.
But that's what happened.
I thought he would take off my
30 for 30. I'll tune into that.
I thought he would take off my jacket for this next part because, a lot of white privilege is going to go on.
Everything started early, baby.
Come on. Oh, I need to get a little comfortable on this one. Oh, man.
Black Star. Look at the Black Star.
I gotta talk about this. It's a white jersey, but I gotta talk about white privilege because we gotta talk about the home team real quick. Since we're gonna wrap up.
How's that connect? Whoa.
White jersey, white privilege.
Wait.
Yeah. Maybe not the best segue we've done, but. Work with it. I'm wrapping up MLS here.
Right.
The home team. Of course, we know, granted, we're recording this all super late, so we just saw the home team finally wrap up their second leg after, 8 months to Club America. Granted, maybe you go about Jackson Conway. Academy product, Academy assist, Academy goal. Hey, we just might be all right next year. We just might. But
you're too enthusiastic.
I said Mike.
Bruh.
We got a lot of work to do.
A lot.
But because of white privilege, we are in Champions League next year. We failed our way up. We are.
Blame that on white privilege.
No, that is the perfect example of white privilege when you basically fail your way up.
No, Grego, you're wrong. I hate to say you're wrong. As we spoke in our pre-production meeting, and Yogi can agree with this.
Somebody missed the prayer.
He did, yes, he did. Atlanta United definitely is going to be the first MLS team that's going to be found with financial fair play obstruction.
Oh,
like,
y'all found out, bro. Austin Blake, it's about to come out that Austin Blake has been using Home Depot for all these years to cover up a drug cartel. He went to some team in El Salvador and was like, hey, look, if your team pulls out a CCL, I'll put Home Depot here. And it was like, all right,
we know how to build doors. Doors.
I cannot wait. I actually will be proud when FIFA investigates us for financial fair play. I'll be proud. Like, I can't wait to have like a Rain United jersey with a money sign on that bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Hey. Ching. Just put like ching ching.
Exactly. Like,
that's what you're let out of handcuffs.
Oh, that's what we do. We got that money down here.
That's why he's so tan. He's always out in the islands, watching that money.
This is all of a sudden really starting to make sense.
The other thing, too, Arthur Blake is the first NFL owner. He's the reverse of Rob Kraft. Because how Rob would take money from the MLS and put it to the NFL team, Arthur Blake is taking money from the NFL team and putting the MLS team.
Keep on funneling it. Just keep the funnel keeps on going. The money
he knows this is Black Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? Black Hollywood down here. So, again, well, I don't know. We're going to talk about this later. We should have a black coach, but I ain't going to talk about that.
A lot of people have black coaches.
Yeah. But anyway,
isn't there a spot available in the Premier League?
Yes. Well, I mean,
we got Nuno. Nuno's still in the Premier League, so people forget Nuno is black, y'all.
Nuno Brown.
He is black, people. I mean, he has these Portuguese, but he is black.
Yes. I mean, if that's the case, we claim the Jose too. The Jose be acting like one of them. Jose be acting like one of them.
Thank you for saying it. Beat me to it.
Jose be acting straight up like one of them.
You got to.
Jose a little black.
The best team won. I mean, lost.
So we lost tonight, but then we somehow end up in Champions League for next year, even though we finished as Mexico
third worst team. Are we the third worst team?
Yeah, we should get relegated. And we should do another promotion relegation episode.
We need to be in the USL. That makes sense. To be honest, we got USL talent.
We could dominate.
Am I wrong?
Using USL too as a drug operation. That's why.
Why? Do we not have, minus Joseph, we have USL talent?
I mean, we literally just had our one goal was scored by USL, our USL player. There you go. I'm just saying.
Yogi was talking about Brad Guzan. Brad Guzan is like, he's my age playing in goal in MLS. So like,
Well, you really take that man out the pasture. It's time.
We know.
2 more years.
For him to die, man? He'll be the first person down to MLS.
He might.
I
don't know how this team is going to look. Of course, we're imminently awaiting our coach announcement. What's up?
Want to see a dead body?
This season.
Y'all want to see a dead body?
Oh, stupid.
Well, y'all don't want that. That's the whole, Boys in the Hood reference. Sorry.
Yeah, I just watched that. I was watching that. Saturday? I think. Yeah, it's amazing how that shit just still ages.
Still relevant.
Yeah. Get a little emotional right there, but yeah. No, that's just real, man. That shit that happens in the streets every day. Still.
Yeah.
But yeah, we are in Champions League next year because there was no U.S. Open Cup held this year. So basically, we're back-to-back champs, baby. Back-to-back champs.
Oh, we're going to ever claim that shit.
No. Nah, bro.
Might be too late for this guy.
Nah, bro.
The fact that we failed our way up, just like Fred DeBoer. That is his lasting gift to us. Right? That he taught us how to fail up and still be able to benefit off of crappy results, because he failed up into the Holland national team job, and we failed our way into a Champions League spot. Hey, some lessons ain't on the chalkboard.
the war.
That's why we lost the Champions League.
Hey, that was a long time coming because like that was basically like our last game before the shutdown started, and they went ahead and are finishing up the tournament. We already saw Montreal go down. We saw NYCFC get smoked. They got so smoked.
They weren't there to play, period. They was just, man.
We just here for the souvenirs.
I'm just here so we don't get fined.
But like I said, we actually won the game. I mean, we always seem to be able to beat Mexican teams after they've smoked us, which that's a whole other conversation. But like I said, I guess it's something to hold our head up about. I don't know why, but because it's a very good chance that we'll probably have a very different team next year. I mean, even from what we have right now, that there's like we already traded away John Gallagher to Austin, so like he's probably one of the few bright spots of the team in the second half of the season. So it's like it's going to be very interesting to see like how the home team rebuilds for next year. But at least there's still needs to be a little bit to look forward to.
They did flip that for an international spot. So
yeah, we'll see. We'll see. So we got $225 in cash. So we'll buy some blam and tam and gam and
thank you, man.
And
a whole bunch of spam.
Bam.
Ham I am. I don't like green eggs and ham.
Potatoes, green. Yeah.
There's a Migos song in there somewhere, but
that was the Migos song.
But yeah, I think who's left? I think LAFC is still up. I think they're playing Cruz Azul right now, and
they're down 1-0 right now.
Yeah, so that's pretty much done. So yeah, pretty much MLS is about to be done for 2020. So,
teacher, I got a question.
What's up?
So did you see that quote from Zlatan Ibrahimovic's agent this week?
Who?
Zlatan's
the lion.
Oh yeah, Mino. Did
you see his quote regarding him?
He needs to shut up. He needs to shut up with all his quotes.
No, yes. I asked a question.
Hold on.
Question. Did you see the quote?
Yes, I did.
Can you repeat that quote for the audience? Because I think the audience needs to hear that quote. Because a lot of them might not have seen that quote. So I just want to make sure that they heard that quote.
So for those of y'all who haven't been keeping up, talking about Mino Raiola, he's an agent for players like Paul Pogba. He's already done enough for him. And also for Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Zlatan was here in LA the last couple of years. And his agent didn't really have too many great things to say about his stay here. Basically said that his time here was a waste. And I regretted bringing him to the MLS. It was a waste of time there. In the future, he will take an important role. Maybe he could become president of UEFA in order to change football. And I mean,
I love it.
All this considered, I think for Zlatan directly as a player, especially considering that he's still playing, and he's still playing at a pretty high level.
Still kicking ass.
I'd argue he's not that wrong as far as Zlatan is concerned. I think that at the time, people probably thought that for that knee injury that he was probably done as far as European play, and he only went to show that he could still score at a pretty high clip, and he went back to Europe, playing out AC Milan, and he's still doing his thing there. Milan's having like their best season in quite some time.
And top of Serie A right now.
Right.
Like, let's all, I need Mino to remember, won't nobody taking a chance on Zlatan after that ACL. And the only one that opened them doors was MLS. Like, not even the A-League was like, hey, you want Zlatan? A-League was like, no, we good. Like, come on, it's the fucking A-League. So, I need Mino to be quiet.
I he's a troll of an agent. Like I can't stand him. There's no good
He's been
has ever had
the past couple of weeks. Like that. He's been busy the past couple of weeks.
He has a special place in the afterlife. Let's just say there's a special place for him in the afterlife. God, please make sure that you take care of Mino in the afterlife. I'm sure you got that handled.
That's like because we didn't record last week. Like we didn't go into the Paul Pogba stuff that happened the week before, where basically after scoring, in I think the game 2 weeks ago, his agent came out after the game saying that it's probably best that he moves on. I'm like, first of all, fuck you. And but no, like, how do you just unsettle shit like right there in the middle of the season? Like, okay, like your client has a good game, and your way of responding is to say, you know what? Yeah, it's probably best that he moves on. Like, that's
because he's trying to get that Real Madrid check.
But everybody on that COVID money, so it's like it's not like it's going to matter. It's like everyone's still going to be they're still going to be recovering for probably another good year or two. So whatever you got, whatever Real Madrid probably want to spend, it's like, do you really have all that money and still want to take care of everything else that you want to do? Like,
I mean, post-COVID, every team, every league, every agent knows that everything is going to be at a marked down scale. I mean, like even like there was those reports now that talk about Messi and his contract and his where he's moving. And they know that, like, there's no way that Messi's market value is going to be reached. Like, there's no way that his release clauses can be met based on COVID era. There's no way. Like, it's just
that's the wild part right now is that, granted, the vaccines probably start to come out and start to get distributed and everything, but it's still going to be a good minute before everyone is really back on, hey, we could spend our money again. And
until you have 100% capacity into stadiums and people are starting to see, return on that money. We're not going to see, because remember, so many teams rely upon, butts in the seats. Those butts in the seats is how they make their money. And so the fact that like all these stadiums are shut down or now 20%, 25% capacity, whatever it may be, or 2,000 fans capacity, they're not making their money the way they are. So,
And you can't just tell United or any team, like, we want you to take less because we ain't got as much money right now. So, how about we just give you $60 million and, you take some money.
We're dodging the fact of what the statement was talking about, the MLS.
Like I said, I think as far as Zlatan goes, was
it a waste of time?
No.
I think for him, yes and no, because again, he without him putting in work and still scoring. Like he didn't come here and mail it in. He didn't pull a Pirlo. He didn't pull a Lampard. He came here and did the work. And I think that, and like even like from where the Galaxy were this year, you could say that his absence was real. So I can't really say that it's a complete waste of time. Now, as far as whatever Zlatan brand, maybe, but I think that. He did it a spot where he could basically run wild, and I think in the long run he benefited from it, because I don't think that he couldn't just go to a mid-table Scottish team and be like it wouldn't serve his ego.
Name another team outside Glasgow and
Hearts.
And Celtic.
Hearts.
That's all I can think.
Yeah. I would see the Scunthorpe,
mid-table team in Scotland. Nobody.
I would think the Scunthorpe, but they're England. But yeah, but I don't think his ego would allow him to just go to some no-name club in Europe. He had to go to a big market club, and pretty much all the superpowers in Europe were like, you're probably done. You're probably done here.
There's obviously the marketing appeal of LA. I mean, it's LA. There was that business deal that was going on.
Right.
I mean, the fact that he took out a page ad in LA Times and say you're welcome. I mean,
oh yeah.
There's definitely the marketing part of it. We can't, we can't skip over that part.
Well, I think as far
I need to check in with God and see what God says as far as his.
Oh, you're a girl. Don't tell me I don't know the Alpha.
Not quite, Greg. Not quite.
What you got, TK?
Man, I think it wasn't a waste of time. He kind of came over here and balled a little bit for, I think he's in the running for the Golden Boot that year as well.
Yep.
He finished third. But, yeah, I don't think it was a waste of time.
I say, he definitely had a very solid season and a half, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that guy's Jose Mourinho's agent as well. So,
he is.
Yeah. It's just the
he's everywhere.
Jose's agent too. And Di Maria, I think as well. I don't know. He's got like a pretty
he got a lot of them. And and of course the fact that he's
Moreno's got Mendez. Yeah, he's got Jorge Mendez.
The fact that I just realized like a couple of days ago that the reason why Pogba and Mourinho got the beefing was over Instagram posts. I'm like, the shit that people just get, they trip over. It's just kind of wild when you really think about it. But yeah, like between the Pogba shit, Zlatan shit, like dude, just shut the fuck up. Let your players play, please.
Mourinho's got Haaland, Pogba, Billet, Verratti, Donnarumma, Marcus Thuram, Lozano. You got the young Fiber. Yeah, he's got Ariola. The goalkeeper from Black Goalkeepers United. There we go. He's got Matuidi. He's definitely got Matuidi. Yeah, I forgot he has Matuidi.
You can tell Matuidi to go ahead and head back to Europe because that game against Memphis.
Oh shit! He still got Balotelli.
Yeah. Balotelli just signed with the Shadow Milan club, Monza.
Oh shit! Federico Macheda is still playing. Oh shit!
Yeah, I think he's in Greece.
Yeah, Panathinaikos.
Yep, he's at Panathinaikos. Yeah, he's at Athens. Yeah.
And the only reason I know that is because of FIFA, because I had to play him in the Champions League. I was like, what the fuck? Like, he's still around?
I was like, what? He had 2 great games. Manchester United. He had 2 great games. And that's it.
He's not even 30 yet. That's just wow. Like, that's wow.
Where are they now? Definitely a where are they now?
But yeah, like I said, this is the last. This pretty much wraps up the America season. It was a crazy ass year. You had to deal with COVID. Shit, USL didn't even get a chance to play their championship games. Like, of course, Yogi being the USL connoisseur. Like, how do you even like end on a note like that where you can't even have your championship games? Because like I think Greenville basically got defaulted and won the USL League One trophy. And did they even have an official winner for the championship?
So for League One, the right team won the trophy. Like, you almost got to shut that shit up. Like, your whole team caught COVID. You lost by that. You lost by medical procedure. So shut that shit up. Greenville won the USL League One because they deserved it. But in the USL Championship, like for real, what they did was just have like Eastern Conference winner and the Western Conference winner. And the USL Championship would have just said that at the start of the year, it just said like, all right, we're not gonna have interleague play. Like we just I have this champion, no one would have batted the eye. Like, it would have been fine. That's how the leagues are anyway. Like, the leagues don't mix until the final. And you could have just said that. But, yeah, man, like, Tampa Bay won the East, Phoenix won the West. I'm still kind of skeptical of how they won the West, but
I was about to say that West was a lot of drama and controversy going on that West.
It was so much drama, man. Like, the thing about it here, Joe, is like Phoenix. All right, Phoenix didn't do a good job at all with the San Diego thing because San Diego technically got in, but since they forfeited the 2 points and how FIFA laws were up, like they had to forfeit the 2 points. So it's like they beat Las Vegas, LA Galaxy 2, and they beat Phoenix, or they were going to beat Phoenix. No, they were beating Phoenix at halftime. Had to drop those 2 points. That 6 points has not come out. So we could have had a totally different Western Conference if San Diego, is in the playoffs. But I mean, Phoenix went on a run. Like, I think they knocked off El Paso, New Mexico. I think New Mexico, or that might have been San Antonio. But regardless, like, that's what happened in the USL Championship this year, man. I think what they're talking about now is, you know how it was set up in like 6 different subgroups in each conference? What they might just do this year is just go to like half. So that way it's more interesting there at the end of the season, how they want to do it, but they're still trying to figure something out.
So how do you see, because USL going into this year was riding a lot of good momentum, and then this really just jacked up a lot of their momentum. Like, how do you see them kind of like regaining steam going into next year?
Well, one, I think if the biggest thing is we didn't see more clubs fold this year. So that's slightly a positive. I mean, you did have Reno to fold, but that's more on the owner. Like, you just didn't want to own the team anymore. But I think, like, going into next year, I think you're going to see fans across all stadiums, like, unless the state doesn't allow it. Like, USL is going to have fans in the stands.
If the team market is right, everyone's going to be sold out. Because everyone's just going to be just that desperate just to get out because everyone's.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I definitely know that, like, when we went to Memphis and watching them play and everything, like, there's the culture and the vibe of all these USL teams. Like, you definitely feel like the energy is percolating with them all.
Yeah.
And the energy that, right up until COVID happened, it was good. It was a positive vibe.
And that's what makes what happened this year just like kind of just like so fucked up because it's like, yeah, like you've had such a good thing building.
And the fact that you can watch USL games, we could watch some of them, whether it be ESPN3 or whatever, like you can catch some USL games if you want it.
Oh, yeah. That late night shift, like that 10:30 game, Sacramento.
It's like BBC Uncut, you know what I'm saying? It's like
right.
In that soccer uncut,
But no, I think the biggest thing for USL,
I might watch that Las Vegas Lights,
Well, I'm surprised they don't got a strip club in the stadium. Like I've said it for years. If you want to sell that place out, put a strip club there. Put a strip club in there, right there, right beside the supporter section. I guarantee you, half of Las Vegas will be in those games.
I think Atlanta needs to be. We
need a strip club too. There's certain clubs that need a strip club.
One club might be back on the way. We're gonna get on to that every now.
We'll talk about it later. That's not.
So no, I think we're doing another big thing
in the idea.
But the biggest thing for USL is pretty much just make sure no clubs fold. Because every year since USL has been around, ever since definitely since the MLS deal, it's like a club has folded. So we'll have to see that. I mean, I think for USL, we want 2021. No new 10 teams are coming in, but 2022 is going to be a big year for League One because you got Fort Wayne, Central Valley's coming in, Portland, Maine, New Hampshire, and I think Corpus Christi is still trying to come around either 2022 or 2023. So USL League One looks like it's finally starting to level out a little bit.
And they're getting a West Coast team too. Like they finally just go to the West.
Oh yeah, Central Valley. Well, I mean, they kind of already been around, but they kind of got fought back.
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of like USL realizing that they kind of fucked up the Fresno deal. So they're like, here, we love you. And they speak Spanish. We love you more.
Bring your culture.
We love your culture. Yeah.
Like, when I saw the promotion video for it, I was like, oh, y'all some assholes. I know exactly what y'all doing. This whole video in Spanish, oh, y'all motherfuckers think y'all slick.
Hey, speaking of, I know what y'all doing. Remember Atlanta United this week posting the socials with Miles Robinson, George Bello, and
the kids.
And Wiley.
How can I reach?
We all looked at that post and we like, huh. I see what y'all trying to do with Larry United. Like, I ain't mad, but at the same time, I see what y'all doing.
Gotta let people know, man. You're like, how can I reach these kids?
But shout out, what my only thing is like, where was that when Darlington Abbey was here? But you know,
he in the academy. He didn't put in on this.
But they still could have featured Naga, Miles Robinson, George Bello.
I mean, I could say that's just Kenwin. Like, emphasize that color that you got here. Emphasize that color. You know, like,
you are in the blackest city of America.
Like I said, there's a whole.
Chicago might be blacker.
No, but I'm just saying, as far as like we are known as Black Hollywood. Like, come on now.
Oh, I know.
But the black fans come here.
Your team. There you go.
They see Atlanta and they realize, oh shit, there's black soccer fans. Oh damn, I ain't know. But it happens that way. But like we're hoping, you know, congrats to the Crew, congrats to the Triumph, congrats to Tampa and forgot who they were supposed to play. But yeah, like I said, we'll hopefully next year we will have a little bit of normalcy at some point. And like I said, we'll
support the local stripper in 2021, folks.
Yeah,
for your local
strippers. To lose, honestly, these days.
For your local strippers, they are single moms. They have, you know, it's hard
trying to get through school.
I did my part.
Young professionals looking to better themselves,
make connections and network. Yeah, the hustle's real out here, man. But let's get over to Europe real quick. Actually, no, let's take a step back because, like I said, this is our 100th episode.
Why, man?
Oh, man. No, because like a lot has happened in these last 2 years and 2 months since we started. Like, what are your fond memories of us recording, whether it be at Maestro's, at the Trap? Like, what memories have stood out for you?
You know, I mean, I guess I'll take the lead on this. I mean, obviously,
it was me and you, like episode 1.
Man, these are origin talks. You know how this works.
Damn. Was it us? Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, Rio didn't come until the second episode.
Damn. I mean, I remember when you had to try to convince me on this. I was like, I don't know what the fuck you want me to talk about. I don't know why people want to listen to me speak about soccer. And so here we are. So later, I still ask that same question.
It's a game that you played for over 30 years, you know?
Yeah, over 30 years, man. It's crazy. No, I mean, it's you know, when we came up with the concept and the idea and you pitched it with me and everything, and you know, we had no idea what the hell we were doing. We still trying to figure that out. But the concept of knowing that there's a voice that needs to be recognized as far as, you know, the soccer community goes, the Black voice. I think we definitely have been, you know, looking back to the 100 episodes and the people we've interviewed and the things we've talked about and the events that have happened. You know, it's been a great ride. You know, and it's, you know, I'm honored and humbled by the fact that, you know, we're still here doing this. making a voice for the Black community within the soccer community. And it's a voice that's still trying to figure its way. You know, it's still like, I feel like we're a stumbling doe, you know, like a stumbling deer that's just like, oh shit, our legs are spreading out, we're falling and everything. We're still trying to figure it out. But at the same time, like, it needs to be recognized. And as we are 100 episodes in, have we highlighted voices that haven't been recognized before? Absolutely. You know, have we highlighted stories that probably didn't get as much notice? Absolutely. Do we have a lot more to do? Absolutely. And so, 100 episodes in, it's crazy that we started in the trap house of maestros behind one mic, not knowing where not knowing where this will go. But here we are 100 episodes later, still standing. I feel like Antoine Fisher, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still standing. I'm still strong,
But like you got Yogi, like, would you say that? Because I think we met after we started our podcast. I think you were just beginning to look into yours. Like, how would you say that? Like, did we influence? Like what really went into?
Oh yeah, 100%. Y'all definitely influenced me, man. Like, I tell y'all that all the time, yo. Like, it's a weird butterfly effect. Like, if For the Culture don't happen, damn sure River City 93 not happening. Because it's like,
Can I take it?
Yo, yeah, most definitely. And it was one of those things where I felt like I had a voice in soccer, but it wasn't like amplified or anything. And then I saw what you guys was doing. I was like, well, fuck it. I'm going to take a chance on myself and try to make my own podcast happen. And they always say, like, if you can make it past 10 episodes being consistent, you straight. Because the first 10 is the hardest ones. Like, that first episode you edit, when you listen to your voice, and you like,
I still don't like listening to myself. I still don't.
Speaking of the first 10, you remember that whole recording that got deleted?
Which one? Because there's one of the first.
There was. I want to say it might have been maybe like one of the first 5 or 6.
The one that happened in Maestro.
The whole show in Maestro.
Yeah,
and we were like, all right, where's the playback? We looked on the computer.
Bro, we did not.
Maestro,
we didn't hit record.
Because Maestro would always
hit record. We had to do the show over.
It was like a great show.
Yeah.
It's always a great show.
Talk about having a walk. We've done that a couple times.
And then, of course, our first episode with Jake and Phil from Blackfires that basically got ate to shit, and we couldn't basically, like, we could only air like 10 minutes of it because, like, I hope by now Jake and Phil got some better internet. That's all I got to say. But it was much better when Jake came here and we were able to just get him like on site. But
that was a good one. That was a good one.
But of course, you have that. You have the Memphis trip that we did at the beginning of last year. Of course,
I'm going to interject on that. I mean, like 100 episodes later, and I think, and we've talked about this in like production meetings and everything. Like, we definitely know and want more like road trips, and obviously COVID has impacted that. Whether it be the Memphis trip, whether it be the Henny Derby. It's just like, we know those things we have fun. The culture has fun. It's great content. And I think that's what makes us unique and different. The fact that, like, we highlighted the Henny Derby. It's like nobody else was highlighting that shit. And here it is. It's like,
it's crazy. That's the thing. If you go look at the Henny Derby, because the Henny Derby is damn near like, it's the Black Soccer Congressional Congress. Like, that's what it was, man. That's what it was, yo. Like, the first year, it was outside of me, Featherstone, And y'all, what nobody else talking about the Henny Derby? Like, white people was like, what is this?
What's this?
What are y'all making stuff up? Y'all that close to each other. Like, how are y'all?
Let's throw some more raisins. Throw some more raisins.
Second year, white people, you that shit up. It was like,
oh my God, I gotta
white people say to me Henny Derby gifts and whatnot. I'm just like, okay, yeah, cool. Like, I've never gotten so many goddamn Henny recipes from white people. I'm like, look, you don't gotta cook with every alcohol. Damn. One lady, swear to God, yo, she literally sent me a recipe for Henny mashed potatoes. I was like, hey, full stop. I don't ever want y'all to think I'm putting Henny in mashed potatoes. You ain't doing that.
Don't do that. Please don't do that.
Yo, I asked my mom if she can do that for Christmas.
Do it.
Maybe put it in the gravy or something.
Tony, do it.
Yeah, I might have to do that. I'm
Henny gravy.
Mashed potatoes and Henny gravy.
Mashed potatoes.
Just me with the gravy. I'll be
but for real, yo, like, that Henny Derby episode is by far the funniest episode I've ever recorded, yo. Like, that was the funniest. Like, from the countdown we had of us getting caught to Chris almost saying the N-word like 5 times.
Yo, that hotel attendant wanted to kick us out of the lobby so damn bad. He was like, I'm walking up. I'm like, hey, we just chilling, man. We're just over here smoking weed and having sex with you. Like, it's no big deal.
But the crazy thing is, that Henny Derby episode is like everyone that was there, like, platform grew, like my platform grew, y'all platform grew, because it's like we had to hang out with like these soccer people, because it's a selling in soccer media. It's a selling. Like it's only so far like black soccer creators go, but it's like we had to hang out with the Total Soccer Show guys. We had to hang out with Jason. What's his name? I can't think of his last name.
James Davis. Yeah.
James Davis. Pablo Mara and Steve. And it's like we had to hang out with them. And people saw our pictures and shit, and it was like, oh, who are these guys? Let me follow them. And then, like, our platform grew. And then, like, everything that happened this summer from, like, talking about the death of George Floyd and the Black Soccer Culture and podcast and us creating the Slack for all these different content creators. Like, all of that stuff grew. So it's like, the Henny Derby is, like, it's not only the HBCU homecoming, but it's the Black Congressional Congress, because we came together, made a whole bunch of ideas, and shit worked out.
Absolutely.
I'm all for that.
I said we and of course, special shout out to April, Chris, and Kyle. Like I said, we of course had the other half of the Henny Derby up in Madison. Like I said, like that just became like a whole movement. We're definitely glad to be a part of that. Like I said, no matter what April says, I will gladly claim the mantle of being the Dog King of that shit.
Yo, you know what I knew that Henny Derby made it is when the episode tried to make like tailgate pack off of it.
Yeah.
And like I was totally joking with the tweet. Like I was like, oh, copy my check. And I was totally joking. Yo, white Twitter went off on forward. I was like, oh.
That's the thing about Twitter that you could take one tweet and it just kind of just mushrooms and just blows up and you could just be half serious and for better or for worse it's just it's almost like depending on the type of person that you are, it almost makes you kind of nervous to put kind of some shit out there because it's you're thinking that you're trying to get everything's one way. Like you said, you're just thinking that you're just joking. Is all of a sudden it's like, hold up, our bad. Like we didn't think that this is your idea. Like we should just let run things through you. I'm like, yo, just all this essentially it should have just said, hey, we'll give you some a cut out of this, and we good.
Yo, so what's crazy when we look back at 2020 and this year, and it was crazy. I was looking back at my photos. And I was looking at, I just started going down memory lane. And what's crazy is what happened earlier this year, and I totally forgot, was the coaches' convention.
Yeah.
And what's crazy, that's where I met, Chris and April up in, for crew and everything like that. But And obviously, kicking with Nicole. Shouts out to Nicole Hercules. We've had her on the show. You know, Nicole's are like, you know, our sister. Definitely big time. Like, she's always, you know, our cheerleader and wanted to put us on, everything like that. So, you know, she gave us a platform there where I was representative for us there on, you know, dealing with the Black Coaches Union, basically, in order to represent for the culture. And so that was crazy. That happened in January, you know? And so, like,
January feels like 5 years ago.
You know what I'm saying?
5 whole damn years ago.
What was the craziest thing was this is where I found out, you know, our platform actually is out there. And when I was we were at some bar restaurant, it was myself, you know, my program manager, Tucson, who's been on the show. Tuce was with me. And we were at the bar. And we started talking about soccer, blah, blah, blah. And somehow, like, soccer podcast came up. And the bartender heard us talking. And he was like, oh, we talking about Horticulture podcast? And I was like, yeah. He was like, oh, yeah, listen to that. I was like, shut the hell up. And I'm like, hold up. Wait, hold up. Mind you, I'm in the middle of Baltimore. Baltimore, y'all. And he's a brother. And he is talking about he listens to our podcast in Baltimore. And that's when it hit me. I was like, oh,
we got something here.
Yeah. This is something powerful. And, you know, that's when I was like, this culture. You know, when we say, you know, the culture is real, the culture is everywhere. Like, you know, when Grego says that at the end, like, it might fall on deaf ears, but that shit is real. Like, when that shit hit me in Baltimore, I was like, huh, okay, maybe I need to watch.
Hit that Weebay face.
I did that Weebay look. I was like,
because first of all, it's Be More, because you don't think nothing about soccer when you talk about Baltimore, even though they got the blast.
Although soccer in Maryland, maybe not Be More, but Maryland soccer.
Yeah. Maryland soccer is dope.
Maryland soccer is dope, bro.
But you don't about it.
Ain't the Bobcats from Baltimore?
No, they're on PG County.
I thought they was Baltimore. I swore it was Baltimore. I'm sorry. That was
Maryland soccer. Yeah, don't. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I was being racist.
You be, hey,
take the soccer, man. That's what Maryland does.
Yo, 1, 2, and 3. Come on, man.
I'm sorry. Let me go over my Twitter apology.
Yeah, shout out to the Maryland Bobcats, by the way. Hopefully we can get you guys on the show next year. I think they just they're like doing UPSL next year. I think I saw some announcement.
No, they decent.
Okay, yeah, that's it. Decent. Yeah. Yeah. So we'll hopefully we can get you guys on the show next year and let's say chop it up and see how things are going there. Of course, our boys out in Oakland, they're going to USL Championship next year. So yeah, a lot of the team that's been on the show.
Oakland, baby. Hey, if y'all don't like Oakland, they got the gear. Like, good God,
they're switched over to Puma though next year.
I don't care.
I said, no, but look at this shit, man. Like, Puma's been in their bag the past year with their kids. I'm actually halfway curious to see like what they do. It's like if they give them a half decent treatment, it's gonna be hotness. So
hey, Idris, Idris ain't gonna let that shit fall. Like Idris is gonna be sure.
Yeah, it's gotta happen. But yeah, man. Again, thank you guys for being part of this journey. Thank you guys for listening. Thank all the guests that have been on the show. There's too many to name, but trust me, everybody's been appreciated along the way. And again, once outside gets clean, we're gonna be back out here in the streets like you have no idea. But
can't wait. Are we gonna be back in the trap house? I mean,
As soon as you give us that's part of the reason why we're going on break. Is like I'm kind of tired of these remote episodes. I'm like, I want to be back in the trap. I miss that vibe of us all being there together. Like this year has honestly just been a grind. I think for all of us in different ways. You know, TK, had his child.
Woohoo, Elliot! Woo! Big Papa.
You doing your thing was out in the streets. Rashad, had it death of his father, been moving to a new crib. Yogi moving to a new house. He over here adulting and shit. So, like everyone's, kind of like it's been a challenge in so many ways. And I think it's definitely, just a good time now with the U.S. season being over. It's like, we just need to recharge and get our chicken together, get our bitches together.
Just getting started, man. This is 100 games in like 3 days for premiership. What are you talking about? That's what the Premier League does, baby. That's what we do.
Hey, right now, they need to get back to
baby. That's what we do. We got people.
There's 5 of us on here. They need to get back to 5 subs, so that way everybody knows.
We haven't had an episode about that, but we really need to break down like that whole 3 sub, 5 sub aspect. And
did you see the report? Were you thinking about doing the concussion subs for January? Like it's on the docket for them to talk about in January.
They need that and still 5 subs.
Say more.
Like, yeah. They get into you.
So pretty much, who was it? I think it was one of the Arsenal players had a concussion. And, multiple players have had concussions this year because, subs and shit. So pretty much, I think it was on a report. I don't think it's IFAB. I can't remember who, but pretty much it just says, like, January 2021, they're going to review the concussion sub rule. So pretty much, like, say if you get a concussion, right, they can sub you out and sub another player on for you so you can get your medical treatment. It's no rush. If you are found out to not have a concussion and the doctor review you can't be like a team doctor. He has to be like an independent doctor. It's almost like how the NFL does it. Whereas like it's a separate independent doctor. And if that doctor clears you, you can go back onto the field and the player that subbed off for you can come off and you're not charged to sub. But if you have a concussion and you are then subbed out, then that counts as a substitution. It was like the periphery thing of it. But it goes more in depth into it.
I mean,
I'm trying to find it out there to y'all.
I feel like it's an asterisk type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, how many games is that going to impact? I mean, that's the issue. Don't get it twisted. Like, that is an issue. Mm-hmm. But, like, think about the percentage of that, of how many games. And I think the reason why I'm like, okay, that's cool. But the real issue is the fact of, like, 3 subs versus 5 subs totally changes strategy of a game. It does. And not only strategy, it changes contracts. Because you got to remember, a lot of these players are built upon appearances and time on the field. And so when that 3rd sub is up, a lot of motherfuckers know they're like, fuck this shit. I know my day is wrapped. But then when you're thinking about like how time is allocated when you're a GM or a coach and you're like, okay, I got 5 subs as opposed to 3 subs, that totally changes how you manage a team, not only in a game, but for a whole season and what you're talking about for negotiation too. Because like, I definitely think the 5 sub rule should be implemented. Absolutely. I'm for it. 3 subs is not enough. I'm sorry. 5 subs, because so many, you think about how many games are changed when like, okay, I make a sub at halftime or 2, and you're only down to 1, and then like, you're like, oh shit, now I got no subs, and then heaven forbid a goalkeeper gets injured or something like that. Mm-hmm. Then you have no more subs. Whereas so, you make a halftime, you still got 4 to deal with. You know, I mean, like, everybody wants to make a halftime sub.
Yeah.
I mean, so you're definitely for it. What about you, Grego?
I think that we absolutely need it. I think that you're seeing way too many players getting knocked down, knocked out of injury and everything, and it's because a large reason is because they're not getting any proper rest. And I think that being able to rotate your players out, in game, and not just give more players the opportunity to play. Of course, that does affect the contract situations and who gets their opportunities and whatnot. I don't see in the immediate. I don't see a negative that comes from adding 5 players. To subs. I think that it helps. It helps out both the clubs and the players. And if people just aren't being stubborn with it, they'll be able to see that this works out for everybody, and everybody right now needs it. So
I'm waiting for antiquated mindsets to prove me wrong.
Yeah, like I just don't see like how this hurts either side. Like right now, everyone needs it. They do. Yeah, I think that it's just the nature of the beast right now. Because, like I said, from here to, if you really want to get gully with it, pretty much until the World Cup in 2026, the schedule's going to be for a while, a good while. And you need to, if you want to preserve your players and preserve, their value to your club, you need to keep them fresh. You need to keep them, injury free, and that means, you got to figure out a way to get proper rest for these guys, and it doesn't happen when you're playing in 3 days. At some point you need to say, hey, I need a week off. I just need to just rest my legs, because you're going to run to a point by it's already happening now, but definitely by April or May, you're going to be everyone's dead, and then you still got to play the Euros next year. You got players going to be doing the Olympics. You
forgot, Depay has music videos to do too. So
right.
He's dehydrated and tired from doing music videos.
Basically.
So,
turn the fog machine down.
But yeah,
Depay, I love him because he's grinding in there, Hey,
I was really hoping he was going to end up with Lauren Harvey. That would have been weird.
I thought that was.
I thought it was going to happen.
Wow.
But let's before we wrap this up, I know because we still got because of course I know we got United and the one Chelsea got up in here. Chelsea did manage to make the knockout rounds. We choked hard.
See, if you look at it that perspective, then yes. But if you take the Elliot approach, we did a great job. You got to see for effort.
Wow.
You got to see for effort. You didn't go out there and shit the bed.
Let's take that to the next step. We are positioned to be Europa League champions. Right.
So then last season.
We are positioned because Sevilla's not in there. So we don't have to worry about Sevilla. Because Sevilla, they
y'all planned this for the Sevilla's off year?
Yeah, we did.
Basically.
Because the last time we wanted Sevilla won in it. So break out.
That is true, actually, yeah.
That was it. That was addition by subtraction type of thing, So yeah.
Some more failing upwards?
Yeah.
We got
That's a great example, Grego.
We got too many screens to share my stuff over, but the Champions League draw happened on Monday. We got Schalke. Oh, wait a minute, this can't be right. Hold on.
You said Schalke?
Whoa, wait. What? I got the wrong damn guy.
All right, so Grego, shut up. You got RB Leipzig versus Liverpool. You got Barcelona and PSG. So that's where you're going to see Messi and Neymar back on the field together, but not at teammates.
I got this the worst.
You got Sevilla and Dortmund.
Right.
Then you got Porto and Juventus. So shouts out again to Weston McKennie. Weston McKennie, had a great
The goal. Oh my God.
The greatest player in the USMNT pool right now.
Ooh.
Slow your roll.
The greatest.
Ooh.
I don't know about all
You agree
that.
with that?
Ooh.
He's healthy. That's the thing.
Interesting. Like,
He stays healthy.
Thank you. He's the only one that stays healthy. Tyler Adams.
You disagree?
do I disagree?
Yeah, do you disagree?
No, I don't disagree. No.
Okay. Because I was about to say Christopher Lipsick is Grant Hill.
No.
So he's the one Grant Hill.
No.
Wait.
I think you meant to say.
Wait, time out, people. Sergio Dest.
Yeah, but Barcelona sucks.
I mean, he's just now coming into the fold.
Motherfucker, he won 2 weeks. No, what is you talking about? What?
No.
He scored as
He was up there.
What is you talking about, Terry? Come on.
He is passionate right now. He is
Yeah,
passionate.
Gio's up there.
Chop
But
two, just as easy.
So Gio's 2. Weston's 1.
I'm just saying, y'all acting like he's like, whatever, nigga. You know?
No.
Sergio Dest is doing his thing now. Don't get it twisted.
He's probably one of the few bright spots right now for Barcelona. I will say that. And of course, and like we said about McKinney, he's probably one of the few right now that's staying healthy. So
Now, McKinney, you know what I hate? This is what's driving me crazy. And him and Quadrado got to figure out who's cutting their hair. Like, seriously, like, man, like, I like, oh, yo, that's a good cross in. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, that's Quadrado. Shit.
Yo, because they took a picture that came up on the socials this week, and it's like, one, black excellence, but then two, it's like, yeah, you're pretty much. They might be giving each other the same haircut because that's about all and trust anybody else.
Both throwing.
Yeah.
Both throwing.
But yeah, like that goal against Barcelona last week, like that. All I could think about is what if fans were there and he had done that. Oh, could you imagine just the reaction from that crowd?
No, man, he kissed the camera. Great, good. Spread the COVID. Good. That's the moment. I mean, you might as well go out like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but no, I like that was just incredible, and it's funny because I saw someone on Twitter that was like, there's no way Juventus can beat Barcelona, and Barcelona.
Like,
yeah, exactly. Like this definitely is not a normal. This is not a normal season for Barcelona, like at all. Like that, like it's kind of wild. Like when you really think about it. And
once the president came out and said, in order for us to stay around next year, we gotta let Messi go.
They should have done that last season. Like for all the fighting that they did. The only reason why they did is because they didn't want him to leave for free, which I understand that. Like, go ahead and get work that shit up, but you still gotta sell him off and get that money because right now y'all are struggling on funds, and your best player is aging out, and
it would hurt Barcelona more to let Frankie De Jong go than it would to let Messi go at this point.
Yeah,
like if you let De Jong go, it's then you count Barca out for the next 5 years.
Yeah, and I'm like. You have some guys like Des, like De Jong, that you can actually build with towards the future, but that's only going to go but so far when you're still trying to hang on to the allure of having Messi, on your team. I get it, he's the best. Of course, granted, I could give you the argument all day long as far as they haven't been the same since Iniesta and Xavi left, but but still. The guy's had 6 Ballon d'Ors. He's an icon of this game, but right now, you got to let that shit go. Let that shit all the way go.
All right.
You've had to run.
Yeah, it's just that simple sometimes. But
he needs to watch the Jordan documentary.
Yeah, like it's not always, the best of breakups, and you got to go ahead and, move your ass on.
So next you have Atletico Madrid and Chelsea.
That's actually tasty.
That's tasty. That is a tasty.
We've been here before, though. Yeah.
They'll be all right. Atleti's at the top of La Liga. Of course, they lost to Madrid over the weekend.
Atleti, quite familiar with Europe.
Return of Diego Costa to Stamford Bridge.
It is.
Like, is he that much of an important player for y'all?
Yeah, he was a dog, man.
Who would you rather have right now, Costa or Morata?
That's not a question.
Damn, I forgot Morata was at Chelsea. I forgot about that.
I'm saying, he was a beautiful 73 mil. Or whatever you made. Maybe it's 50.
Is he on a practice squad?
Practice. No, that's Danny Drinkwater. He played with our development squad earlier this year. Top of the league for the U23s. For whatever
the kid was 16. The kid was 16.
Yeah, because you got Petr Cech playing for y'all for the U23s now.
I don't know anything about that.
Oh, you don't know anything about that? You don't know about that?
No, it's the Spindor is also in the U23 squad.
For a U23. He's literally
a unique situation.
He is literally twice the age of those dudes in that league.
He's just out there trying, how can I reach these kids?
Well done. But honestly, I think the Atleti match, it'll be like I said when I saw the draw. My first kind of thought was that, if we win, we'll deserve it. So,
yeah,
unlike us who pretty much hit the bed and. Like I said,
all right, yeah.
We're the favorites. We're the favorites for the Europa League. So
All right, anyway,
that's Real Chelsea. It's a Malone.
Watching Gladbach and Man City. Did you guys already do that?
No, we didn't do that one.
Lazio, Bayern.
Well, Bayern I have taken it all this year.
Porto, Juventus.
Juve, yeah.
Atlanta.
You got Atlanta.
Real versus Real. Come on, man. How do you lose that shit out?
Down up in there, baby. Be up in there.
I guess.
Drug one in them.
Yeah, we'll see. I guess you want to shout out the champions. Who's at the BR Sports cartoon strip?
Yeah. I will say, though, shout out to Zidane because people were talking about he's about to get fired, and then basically he once again came through for Real. They beat Elliot over the weekend. They qualified for the knockout stage. You can't just drop Zinedine Zidane. Like, it just doesn't happen.
All right. So minus all this bullshit, who y'all got in the Champions League?
Go.
16-1. We doing that?
I know, right?
Hey, Elliot, just going.
Too early prediction. Let's go. Bam.
I know
why don't we just do the draw? Because
No. Nobody cares about that.
Early prediction.
Let's go.
That's tough, man. That's a lot of good.
I got Atleti versus Barr. Atleti wins 2-1 in extra time.
I'm going to say. Nah, I can't. Nah, it's not going to be City. I'm going to say I'm going to say PSG. Actually, it just might. I don't want to say it's going to be repeat. I'm going to say PSG Real. But deep down, I'm actually thinking it just might be a rematch of Bayern and PSG. But I'm going to say PSG Real.
Shot.
Man, it's tough, man. I do see Bayern making it, but against them, I'm just trying to figure who that other club would be.
Could anyone see Liverpool getting back?
No. I mean, they're playing their JV squad right now, so.
No, I mean, they're playing well for what it's worth, but that won't last in Europe. They have to have like the miracle by January.
And I think while we're on that tip real quick, I think we just might have a title race in England because that Liverpool-Tottenham game, that was pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah. Well, everything's a title right now because everybody's like 5 points away from the top.
Thank you. The spread.
I think that I think those two teams right now, they are playing like they are.
No.
It's going to be between them.
No.
Let's get past Christmas period and the first transfer window, and then we'll see.
It's too, like, it's a marathon, dude.
Now you want to say it's too early. Now you want to
it's too early because it's fucking 38 games, dude. Like,
yeah. No, the difference is from, February and Champions League relevance.
Like, it's different. Champions League is round 16, man. Like,
no. It's May.
No, that's different. So, my prediction is Bayern and Athletic. I say Athletic Madrid and Bayern.
I can buy that.
Like I said, we'll see. Like I said, we should be back by May or whenever the Champions League final is, and we'll see if we're right. But
we'll be in October.
I know, right? We had to move the Olympics to September and the Euros to July to August, and next season won't start until October, November, and still all this for the World Cup to still start in November 2022. Like, it's going to be a mess. Like I said,
I got to still play the full season.
Right.
I got an important thing to mention. I have Sports Center on in the background.
Mm-hmm.
We need to stop body shaming James Harden. Like, why are we body shaming?
I mean, everybody
should have let this for your ups.
Everybody want to look like me, man.
Why are we body shaming James Harden? That's messed up. Like,
because he want out of Houston, he want to go to Brooklyn. He want to bodega.
But like, people are talking about the way he looks. Like,
because he was just 3 months ago.
Body, people. We all have
3 months ago.
We all have quarantine bodies. It's okay. I don't have a Peloton. I don't. Okay.
Add it to your Amazon wish list on your.
I don't even have a gym membership.
My gym membership is LA Fitness on Camp Creek, and there's too many motherfuckers up in there, and I don't feel safe. I don't.
You sound emotional right there, man. It's hitting your head.
Hey,
that was the light privilege coming out of him.
It's so true.
He added all the LA trainers. He added all the Atlanta OnlyFans pages in there working out. He went to the manager and be like, I see there's too many OnlyFans in here. I ain't about that video.
I know her.
I've seen you before. I know you. I know that face. I know that booty. I know I do.
I'll pay for your membership. And here you are, taking an extra 30 minutes on the Stairmaster.
I'm the reason why I pay you.
It's off. It's my turn. Is it my turn?
That don't make no video.
Hey, man. It ain't real unless you're paying taxes on your OnlyFans.
Oh, man. But, yeah, man, as we wrap it up, of course, again, we've been celebrating our 100th episode with our homie, Yogi from Rivers 93. Of course, he has another show out there, Can I Kick It? Basically dedicated to black player profiles throughout the world. He just had a episode this week with a guy that we know, George Metellus from beIN Sports. Tell us about that.
Yeah, first of all, George is he's the Barry White of soccer. That man has like these movie ones.
Yes, he does.
No, it kind of came about because me and Janelle were just about to take our winter break, and we were like, all right, we gotta do one last episode. Like, I didn't feel right ending the year out on 19 episodes. So I wanted to do 20. And then
Numbers no.
I was just like, yo, I hit up George. And I hit George up. George, I didn't expect him to respond back, but he did. And yeah, the episode is dope. I think he's our 5th or 6th interview that we did this year.
Mm-hmm.
It was definitely one of the funniest interviews that I've ever done with someone. Like, the way how that man, first of all, he could go from pronouncing all these Spanish and like Turkish names flawlessly to switching his voice to like Barry White, like he's about to do a Christmas album. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I recommend people go listen to the episode. It's a good one.
Yeah, he's from the Miami area, so like he's definitely come up in the Spanish culture up there. So yeah, the Spanish names, like it's like clockwork.
Oh yeah, definitely, man.
But yeah, he's definitely people that did a conference call with him a couple months back with Keanu Martin, who's been on the show before. And yeah, he's cool people. Like I definitely need to pull that coat and get him on the show next year. And yeah, he's awesome people. So yeah, definitely if you guys haven't done so already, check out the Can I Kick It podcast on all the major podcast apps. And yeah, definitely Yogi's been doing a lot of good work on these episodes and these profiles and everything. And pretty sure we'll get some more next year. Of course, as part of the 100 episodes, we are still celebrating on the Horticulture shop, ftcutd.myshopify.com. You can get this Coach Over Club mug for the holidays or whatnot, whether it's coffee or whether it's a little sauce, whichever one works for you. And get your Culture Culture hoodie, your Culture Established shirts.
I just dropped money on the culture. Support black businesses.
He did. People, we witnessed it. He did. He supported the black business.
Dad hats over there. Like I think we still have the dad hats. Like I don't know if they ran out.
That's my black business for the month. Don't ask me for no more money.
But it's Christmas.
For the holidays, we're still working on through holidays. Like hopefully, hoping to get our last shipment out by Monday. So whoever's ordering right now for Christmas should be able to get this.
Grego, I got a question.
Question.
So, we talking about this second wave of these horticultural legends.
Mm-hmm.
Should we open it up to the culture as to what we want in that second wave of horticultural legends? Should we open that up?
Absolutely. Of course, for those of you who aren't familiar, of course, we have the Legends of the Culture line, prominent black players of the game and history: Samuel Eto'o, Didier Drogba, Thierry Henry. Of course, Coach over here got a very special, exclusive one for Patrice Evra, and
Tim Howard.
Una Moss.
Edgar Davies. I should have worn my hoodie, but yeah, definitely
the heat on tonight. That's why.
That's why. That is why, because it's cold out here in the street.
Oh, Beasley. Oh, he is definitely one of the
Yes, legends.
But yeah, as we go into next year, we're definitely working on some new merch. So, and that also includes our legends line. So definitely, if you got some suggestions as far as who we should pay tribute to next, definitely let us know at FTC UTD on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, whichever. But in the meantime,
UTD.com.
But in the meantime, get 20% off on all orders with the promo code episode 100. That's good through the end of the year. So definitely, whether it's for Christmas or throughout the holidays, get your swag for the holidays. Get your swag for next season. Go and get that shit ready. So yeah, it's like support us. It helps us get our shit and gear for next year. Like I said, we can't wait to get out back out in the streets, man. Because it's
there, Gregor.
Yeah,
shit and gear for next year. We'll make out a sticker. Throw it on a sticker.
Trust me, March will be here before you know it. It's assuming we are able to start back by then. But
and hoping that January 5th yields great results in the state of Georgia.
Yeah,
So 21st, all black people get their superpowers.
Yes, that's also true.
I thought they got them on December 4th.
No, suit up, man. 21st, bro.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but the 21st, all black people get them. I swear to God, yo, if my superpower is turned into a monkey, I'm calling racism. I'm so pissed. Think about it, man. My main superpower is throwing spinach.
Superpower.
What my superpower be? Honestly, right now, I'd rather just fly. It's just simple. Yeah, because I don't want to fly with other people. So yeah, I just want to fly. I ain't got COVID. I can just get up there and ride out.
Don't suffocate. You fly too high. Rashad, what's yours?
Superpower. Just pick stuff up. You know what I'm saying? Just move
You
stuff.
already did it. Like, Rashad got that grown man strip that people don't that few people really have. So that ain't nothing for him. That ain't nothing.
Yogi?
What you got, Yogi?
I want the power to control water. I feel like that would be dope. Also, I'll probably be an
market now. It's on the market now, so you know.
Are you like a water bender?
Probably so. I'll probably be a great anti-hero. Like, I only work when I want to work, or when like cases of extreme racism.
Yeah.
Like they call me and be like, "Hey, we got a fire." Yeah, fuck it.
Hey,
He calls me tomorrow.
Yeah, I would not be a great superhero because I'm not risking my life for you. Like, what? No.
You're gonna be like Hancock, like, good job.
hey, seriously, I'll be like The Boys. Did y'all watch The Boys?
Yes.
I need to, yo. I need to.
Yeah, I've been checking it out.
Recommendation.
Yeah. You'd be like, what's?
So for me, wait. Okay, so
Okay, go ahead.
my superpower would be like A-Train on The Boys.
Yeah.
I think I would just be a fast motherfucker. Like, so.
Some people want to fly, some people want to run fast.
Either way, we all have like individual things. For me, I think it'd be electricity.
Okay, Black Lightning.
Black Lightning right there. There we go.
I know the people on that crew, but I don't watch the show, so I couldn't tell you.
I saw the first
So you got the fuse. Okay. See, he ain't trying to give me no player, but that's what's up. Yeah. But yeah, man, we're going to switch it up a little bit for 2 Up, 2 Down. Like I said, it's been a absolutely crazy year. So whether it's something new or whether it's something that's happened over the course of this year, whichever one works for you, let's knock it out for one last time.
You know what you got to call this segment? You talked about it in the pre-show. The community special. The collection plate.
Here we go.
You ain't getting out of the building without this coming through your lap.
You got to hold the place to stay over around here.
Now, hey, make sure the deacons come to the deacons meeting, okay? All right? You make sure the deacons come to the deacons meeting.
And we're in the back room on the left.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Past the ushers.
Make sure get the kids out the room because the kids, they've been playing in there. Make sure they get out of the room. All right. Oh, great. Oh, did you pass the plate around? Around?
I passed the cup.
Okay. Make sure, is that the second or third time we passed it around? We got to make sure we pass the plate around for, these 3 whole times.
We didn't get it up the first time.
And culture, this is the church. We led this off with a prayer. We just want to let you know that you're in the church of the culture. So we are.
I get paid to know. This money going to the building fund.
The time, God.
We ain't got no building, so best believe there's a building fund. All right.
Yeah.
The building is the Lord's Holy Spirit.
Yeah. The building fund will get us into maybe a studio next year. We'll see what happens.
It is the trap building, and just y'all will be okay with that. Just all right.
Kick this off, man. What you got?
Is that me? Oh.
I said mayor, coach.
Mayor.
Oh, I didn't hear you say.
Oh, we're going something old, something new.
Yeah.
Am I doing like one and then we pass it around, or just doing my two?
Yeah.
Just doing one and pass it around. Okay. All right. So I would say something currently. I don't know if anyone noticed on Grego's jacket before he revealed the beautiful jersey he's wearing, but Grego is wearing a nice sticker with a beautiful peach on it that says he just voted. I also voted today. I don't have my sticker on, but being that we're here in Georgia, everybody knows what time it is. So our early voting just started with our last two Senate seats. So the eyes of the nation are on us. So we've already done our due diligence, went ahead and voted. I voted today.
Coach voted already. I think TK's already mailed his out.
So we did what we were supposed to do. So that's my first up. And just thinking back on this year, I was just thinking about I don't know that there's been so many things that I'm trying to think. Like there's so many things like despite COVID that we've grown, as a show with Skype and with all of these different things, and to get to 100. I mean, that just in and of itself is just is an up. So I don't really know anything else I can just single out and just say, oh, this will be my up. But just the fact that we're here alive and well, breathing amongst each other and sitting on our mic, that's enough for me, man. So that's just that'll round up my ups. I'm gonna keep it right there.
Okay, that's it.
Hey, keep it right there.
Keep it positive. Like Coach be doing, man. Let's look over the pops. Like I said, it's been a big year for you, man. So what you got?
I had regular ups, man. Think about this from like the 100th episode kind of perspective. But I guess in regards to that, something old would be more along the lines of just like the ability to just keep pushing on in regards to COVID, and just being resilient is a word I kind of frequently use. So, yeah, man, it's just nice to just be able to push through and come together through. Everyone's got personal shit going on, and so to be able to come through and still provide the podcast and crank this thing out to 100, I'm thrilled to be a part of the group. And to have gone through all the guests that we've had. We've done some great interviews on the show. And it's just, the whole process, just being a part of it is it's a beautiful thing. So I guess, I kind of like tacking on a little bit to the mayor's up in the sense of that. And, I had a baby this year, so I'm a father. It's a massive, massive up, life-changing moments and whatnot. So, yeah. It kind of makes it, the now ups kind of seem irrelevant when we're capping on these paths this year. I have to be honest.
Ooh.
Yogi, what you got?
So my two down. One that I was able to create a whole new podcast. Can I kick it? Make sure you check that out. So that's really helped a lot in the Black culture. I feel like it's something very unique. You don't see a lot of podcasts not only focus on Black soccer, but like our legends and stuff like that. Also, shout out to you guys doing 100 episodes. It's not an easy thing. You guys have definitely been one of the leading voices of Black soccer content out there. So, cheers up to another 100,000 episodes of you guys. Keep it going, keep pushing on. Maybe NBC will really cut y'all a check by this time next year.
MLS rated us for some reason.
My only down is was a tweet by Paul Tenorio. That Paul Tenorio himself, but a tweet that Paul Tenorio made in reference to Wolves had a black U.S. men's national team player make his debut, and Paul Tenorio was like, "Oh, the U.S. MBT player is also on the field versus Christian Pulisic." And I had to explain to Colonizer the reason why that tweet is problematic is because of the fact of, yes, the quoted tweet mentioned his name, but you are an American journalist. You went out of your way to just highlight one person. And granted, that one person there got a whole bunch of clout and stuff behind it, but, there's two U.S. men's national team players on the field, so you need to give both of them equal credit and respect. And the thing that a lot of people of color that are soccer players have to fight for is that equal representation. Mm-hmm. Just don't mention me when I do a sweet trick. Just don't mention me, when something goes wrong off the field. Mention my name when you took the time to tweet out one person's name. Take the time to tweet out my name as well. And he might not, the person actually like, why am I so upset about it? And clearly I can tell you didn't understand what I was saying, but the same thing about it, to anyone there listening, like you mentioning black players' names, mention our names out there. When you mentioning soccer coverage, mention Florida Culture, mention River City 93, mention Two Cents FC, and that just can come from us, but our counterparts as well, they can do more. And that's my 2 ups, 2 downs.
But don't forget your boy LJ on Monday.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see.
Had to and his cramps. But what you got, Coach?
All right.
Paul Pierce says other shit. I'm so sorry.
All right, so I'm starting my down. I've been trying to keep everything positive for 2020, but I have one down. I'm keeping it with current events lately. The one down I have actually is Debo passing away.
But he went to heaven on a Friday.
Exactly, for real. And I mean, I tweeted, I texted the crew out about this. I actually got to meet him on a personal level because when I was 10 years old, my YMCA coach, my basketball coach, was good friends, like best friends with Tiny. And we got to go to his apartment and hang out. Like that was like our bonus gift for winning a game. And so we hung out with Tiny in his apartment here in Atlanta. And this is back when he was just a wrestler. And, WWE.
Zeus.
Exactly, that's when he was Zeus. And the story I have with Debo is actually he did give me the Debo look. Because at the time when he was Zeus, he was dating Atlanta Falcons cheerleader at the time. And his apartment had a lot of pictures of Atlanta Falcons cheerleaders in there, but obviously there was one cheerleader who had more pictures. And I remember saying damn, oh shit, she's fine.
And 10-year-old Tony.
Debo gave me the classic Debo look, and he gave me the one eye looking all one way and the other eye looking this way, and it was the classic Debo moment before Debo became Debo. And that was my personal experience. And mind you, I'm 10 years old, and this big ass dude who's a damn wrestler looks like he's going to kill me. Say at least that I almost damn crap my friends. Anyway, so that's my down. Debo passed away. I'm sure, in heaven, everybody's tucking their chains in right now, making sure I don't know. There's some shorts going on around, like, Instagram and social media where everybody's like, yo, Kobe is tucking his chain in, and Pop Smoke, everybody's like tucking their chain in when Debo around, but he, to be honest, like off screen, everybody talks about like, how good of a dude he was. And to be honest, like even with that like exchange when I was a little kid, like Debo, Tiny, Zeus, he was a good dude. And it's sad to see him go at such a young age. He was a good spirit, and he's he's an icon. I consider him an icon within our culture. So that was a down for me. But as far as the ups that go, I'm trying to stay positive. We had several women breaking more glass ceilings. Obviously, we had Sarah Fuller. She finally got an extra point kick in and an extra field goal in and everything like against Tennessee, breaking barriers. And then we also had Stephanie Bergat for, referee up in Champions League against Juve and Dynamo. First female referee in the Champions League match. So it's good to see that, females are able to do the quote-unquote men's game, be a part of it. I'm still waiting for that day when a woman is coaching a male team. I definitely think Jill Ellis is a capable candidate for DC United, but I'm going to keep on going on with that, keep playing that seed. Yeah. Then the other plus is that the Olympics came out and said they are not going to be sanctioning people for protests. And it sucks to have to highlight that. The Olympics being such a world's game, and that they had to make a statement on that. But nevertheless, it's progress. And the reason why I say that, because we know shit is still not at an equitable level in our society. And I encourage people to use their platforms to voice movements, voice their opinions, to voice their lack of satisfactory with their current governments, institutions, to please continue to use their platforms to let the stage of the world know their displeasure. So the Olympics has said they're not going to do sanctions anymore. That's huge. The Olympics community they're very antiquated in a lot of their mindsets. So nonetheless, they said they are not going to sanction people for protesting. We'll see how that looks, but it's a step. And then my final up, I have to say it before Rashad steals my thunder. The Negro Leagues finally got recognized as a major league institution.
Tell us why that's a big deal, man.
It's huge. If y'all been a witness of our show, I say keep being witness.
Witness.
I've had this picture up this whole time. This picture is of Josh Gibson. This is actually him in his Pittsburgh Crawford uniform. And actually, that's when Gus Greenlee, the owner of Pittsburgh Crawford, stole, quote unquote, Josh Gibson from the Homestead Grays, because this was during, the Great Depression. And the Homestead Grays was like on a fire sale. Just to stay alive, they had to sell their best players. And Josh Gibson was one. Buck Leonard was another. And he also had Satchel Paige. And so the Pittsburgh Crawfords at that time were like known as the Yankees of the Negro Leagues. And I'm just saying the Yankees because that's the only way a lot of people will understand the gravity of how true of a team this was, but they were better than any Yankees team that whatever was ever. So.
And they would play the Yankees in, barnstorming games.
Negro Leagues, people don't understand the Negro Leagues was a foundation and institution that has survived the Great Depression. That was started by a black man named Rube Foster in Chicago. And the team being the Chicago American Giants was the team that he was in charge of at the time. And that survived decades of just all the things you could think of with Jim Crow era and all the black codes and everything you could imagine. And then the Major League reaped the benefits of those players and took all those players and put them into the Major Leagues. And for the Major Leagues to finally recognize it as a Major League institution. I mean, it's at the same point where right now, where we are currently in 2020, when people are finally recognizing historically black colleges as great institutions to be, first of all, sport athletes within those institutions, and to say like, oh, okay, I recognize it, historically black college. Oh, because Chris Paul, I think he had something on his shoe. Or, oh my gosh, I saw a recruit saying something. Oh, Deion Sanders. No, this shit's been here since day one. Black excellence has been around since day one.
Quick sidebar. Shout out to Noah's brother for graduating from VSU over the weekend. We like I said, black excellence is
absolutely, exactly. And so I think I just want to recognize
family, baby.
There you go, NBA. I mean, y'all. I mean, if anybody knows me, I'm an addict for Negro League history. I mean, if you haven't got it, get Kadir Nelson's "We Are the Ship." It's the history of the Negro Leagues in a great way of putting it into layman's terms, but it goes into in depth. And Kadir Nelson, a black artist, who also, y'all, I don't even tell, that's Willie Foster, who was a Negro League player. That's a picture by Kadir Nelson himself.
Who's that little person?
That little shawty right there. That's the mini me. Yeah. But that picture right there, that's Willie Foster, who was a beast within the Negro League. So to finally get the recognition within Major League Baseball, it's long overdue.
And this means that they're basically integrating the records. They're integrating the team history. So that means that the first team to come to Atlanta was who?
Atlanta Black Crackers. Hence the hat. No, TK, this is not academics. This is Atlanta Black Crackers. All right. Josh Gibson. Please read up on Josh Gibson. He died way too young. Josh Gibson is they called him the Black Babe Ruth, but F that. He was Josh Gibson. He was the Black Josh Gibson.
Only Josh Gibson. 800 home runs. So, yeah.
I'm sorry. That was long-winded.
No. Actually, that's good. Like I said, and also on that same tip, halfway up to the Cleveland Baseball Club, they're dropping the Indians' name, even though they're still doing it. They're still keeping the name for next year. But I'm like, if you're going to go ahead and drop it, go ahead and drop it. It doesn't really make any sense to go because if you already dropped the logo,
don't have fast.
Just go ahead and just get rid of it. But at least you're finally making that step. But it could be a better step. So you still got a little bit of time before next season starts. 100 episodes. Again, thank you, Tony. Thank you, Rashad. Thank you, TK. Thank you, Yogi. Thank you to Ringo. Thank you to Maestro. Thank you to Vera. Our team has been real. These past 2 years, and I could not done any of this without you guys. I have pushed this as much as I can, and I hope to do at least a little bit more. But yeah, without all of you guys' contributions, there's no way we get to 100. There's just absolutely no way. And I've definitely developed a brotherhood, sisterhood, family with you guys. Like, it became like one of my highlights of the week would be, linking up with you guys, whether it been at Maestro's, whether it been at the Trap, whether it been whenever y'all came north of the wall up to Duluth, like crazy asses. But yeah, like, or even like when me and Rashad did the episode at Weston Station, like, like I said, we tried some crazy things along the way. And again, all I can do is just be appreciative of what everyone's brought to this brand and this show along the way. That's pretty much my biggest up. I'd probably say my secondary up. Again, this I think this is this year's taken a lot out of all of us in different ways. But I think for me, I was out of work for a few months. But didn't even have a vehicle for about 5 months, and it definitely teaches a lot of things, and it can harm you in a lot of ways. But I think that with everything that's happened this year, I think that hopefully it's shown a lot of people, what you can endure and figure out a way to keep pushing. Because there might be times when you're waiting on your unemployment money and you're like, yeah, I got to figure like how am I going to keep a roof over my head, in these, months while I'm waiting on this money to come in, or waiting on my job to come back and rehire me, see who else is out there that's looking for a new job. And just know that, you've been in that struggle with you guys. And, hopefully for a lot of you guys, you all end up back on your feet, sooner rather than later, if you haven't done so already. Like I said, we're definitely pulling for you, and we know that we're all going to, be hopefully better out of all this. I know I'm going to take, so we're going to take a break for a while. Like, this will probably be like our last weekly episode. I might, like, I know like last week we did like a best of episode. I might drop a couple like in January and February just to kind of keep the lines fresh and whatnot. But I think we're pretty much we're done for a bit. I'm a recharge. I'm actually going to go into counseling. I'm gonna just recharge and basically as I've heard, like, you basically got to ring your brain out for a bit and get your thoughts out. So hopefully next year I'll be able to come out of this, even better and recharged and refocused to making this podcast and this brand better for you guys, better for my team, and and just basically be the baddest shit out here, because I think that we got a really good platform. I think we have great voices on the show. We try to give light to the voices that are underserved, and we want to keep doing that. We want to give light to new voices that are out there, and that's all that we can continue working on. And I don't know. I think that like we've mentioned, like the holidays are coming up, Christmas is coming up. It's not easy for everybody, especially with COVID still going on. Keep wearing your damn mask, people. It ain't over yet. The vaccine's out there, but it ain't over yet. I think that like we've been saying, like, back over Thanksgiving and now Christmas and New Year's are coming up. Make sure you keep up with your people. It's not always easy, for some people who, may not be close to a lot of family and can't just go to the house and say, hey, mom, hey, dad, how you doing? Like, or it's quite possible that mom or dad might have passed away this year because of COVID. It's like, that's just a reality of what this year has brought to us. So, make sure that you keep checking on your people and make sure that, your brothers, your sisters, everyone out here in the culture, make sure everyone's good. Because I think this year has definitely taught us that, you never know how much time you really got. So, all I can tell you guys is, like, to keep checking on your people, keep, looking out for each other. And, hopefully by next March, at least half of us are back in stadiums, and hopefully by next summer, we're all back as mostly back to normal. So keep pushing, keep wearing your mask, stay safe out here in the streets, because, that's it. Ain't over yet. But again, thank you.
Georgia vote.
Yes. And last but not least, for those of you here at home, January 5th, do your thing. If you can do it early, do it before then. But yeah, go vote. Like, our job ain't finished yet. Like Kobe said, job not finished. So get to it. So make sure that you do that. Make sure you take care of your people. Make sure y'all stay connected. But that's all we got for 2020 from Florida Culture Podcast. It's definitely been a year that we did not expect, but we're glad to have shared this with all of you. Like I said, we'll still be active on the socials. You can find us on the socials, FTC. We'll still be up on Twitter. We'll still be up on Facebook. Again, the store will at least be before, at least through New Year's. We're working on a new vendor going into next year, so there might be a time where the store might be down. But again, we'll let you guys know when that happens. You know what? Yes, please.
Young professionals. Say it with us. And now I'd like to ask you to join us in our final hymn.
Oh, wait. Let me put my glass down.
But yeah, man, Twitter, Facebook, they said, like, when things change, they said, we'll let you guys know, so that way you won't be left here, but we'll still be fulfilling all orders to come in. So again, support your local favorite Black soccer group. So we are here, still out here grinding for you guys. But yeah, man, that's really all I got. We're going to be out here recharging during the holidays and getting better for you guys. But I actually got gifts for the crew. I wonder who this is for. But
Pass that off.
yeah, let's see who this is for.
We got to work on our parlor tricks here.
I know, right? I wonder who this is for. I gotta see who. Yeah, but
it ain't size 15.
It better not be.
Big ass quick, man.
It better not be MLS related. I tell you that.
I don't know if this one is MLS.
No good, mother. The Lord taught you to be grateful.
Even though they sent me an Arsenal one for some reason. I did not ask for this, but so we'll have to get it to the less fortunate, because right now Arsenal sucks. But yeah, man, it's been a great year. Despite all the circumstances, enjoy your holidays, enjoy your Kwanzaa, enjoy your Christmas, enjoy your Hanukkah.
Do you know your principles? I'm
too drunk right now.
Your black card tanking. Your black card is taken.
I am halfway tipsy. It is almost 1 o'clock in the morning.
Like the Easter
Yogi,
time.
where are your principles? You know your principles.
Dang. I can't think about the top of my head, yo.
Exactly.
I can't think off the top of my head.
You know what?
But me and my wife said, like, we are celebrating Kwanzaa this year, like, 100%. Like, this is our first year of really celebrating Kwanzaa more than... Yeah, I'm serious. This is our first year.
I mean, it's a bougie black holiday. I get it. Like, if it weren't for Jack and Jill, I was in Jack and Jill. If it weren't for Jack and Jill, I wouldn't know. I mean...
Only reason I know about Kwanzaa is the whole Tap 17 state. Celebrate Christmas? The white man did? Yeah, celebrate the day. I'm like,
anything is collective economics. Like, that's the biggest.
Before it.
You know what I'm saying?
If you had put a question around 8, I might have been good. Like, it's always 1 o'clock. We're gonna wrap this thing up. But yes, enjoy Kwanzaa, Christmas, whichever one that you celebrate. Make sure that, again, check with your family and everything, and stay safe out in these streets, because again, pandemic ain't over with just yet. So be careful with this vaccine if you are getting it, because it ain't perfect. But yeah, we will see y'all guys soon. Like I said, we'll figure out some content, in between now and February. We may have a special announcement around that time once we get back up and running. But yeah, I said until then, for Coach, for Mayor, for TK, for Mayor, for Yogi, for Ringo, for Vera, for everybody who's been a part of this, for everyone who will be a part of this. Coach is real. Coach is everywhere.